Hello, I'm Chanel, this is Spirited Stardust, and today I'm going through the decks that I picked for this week. I will start with the tarot. So this week I chose to work with the Ethereal Alchemist tarot. I'll just take it out. So let's have a look. So these are the backs of this one, and it's got the matte gold edging, gilded edges. So this one, I was drawn to this because I had originally had the Moonchild Tarot and I just could not connect to it, but I wanted something that had a similar aesthetic and energy, and I felt like this one was it. But just for whatever reason, I was more drawn to this. And this is like a 50-50 for me. Some of the pictures are a bit too pippish. So it's a bit inconsistent with the artwork. There's some artwork I don't like this one. I just find it too computer generated. That's just like me personally. I do like the landscapes in the background, but yeah, see, for instance, like this, I don't like cards like that. That just doesn't do anything for me whatsoever in terms of its art and like feeling energy from the picture. So the inconsistency in the artwork is one of my gripes about the deck, so you would say. Otherwise, I'm also not a huge fan of like the really thick cardboard decks. I find them hard to shuffle. Okay, what is with Eight of Wands almost never being interesting? I find that even in decks that have different artwork, the Eight of Wands will still be 8 sticks going through the air. I would love a bit more creativity with the Eight of Wands, and probably the Three of Swords sometimes I find is just the heart with the 3 swords in it. But yeah, so there are some. I love that they've renamed this the Ego. I think that's pretty cool. I love the celestial tones to it. Okay, so the Pentacles, that's the suit, which is normally my favorite, that I have the most issues with because it has majority images like this. Like, this does not mean Nine of Pentacles to me at all, and it's so dull for a Nine of Pentacles card, and the Ten of Pentacles is the same. So yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about this deck. Otherwise, the guidebook is excellent. I think it's amazing. It's well written, it's well done. I'll just show you quickly. I have walkthroughs for all of these. It's full color and I love that. It's also got a decent amount of information before you even get into the cards, so about the elements, the numbers, the chakras, the chords, like all that sort of jazz. So it is very thorough and well done. I just wish the art style was more consistent, and this type of cardstock is just one I'm not a fan of, but I know like this is very popular with, for instance, like Danielle Noel and Rebecca Campbell. But yeah, I don't like it, and I don't like the backs. I don't think that they suit this deck at all. But otherwise, I really enjoyed working with this. I read quite well with it. I like the energy of the deck. I like there's a few different ethnicities pictured in here. I just wish it wasn't as pippish. I don't like that Lover's card for some reason. I just really don't like it. I just wish it wasn't so pippish on some of the cards. I wish they were all like consistently in this sort of style. But otherwise, yeah, I'm keeping this deck, and that's why I picked to work with it this week, because I also thought it went well with the other cards that I've paired with it. I try and pair cards with a similar energy and aesthetic. All right, so with that tarot, I have paired get it out. So this is the Oracle of Light and Dreams. This is the guidebook, full color. These are the backs. Edge line. This is a very sweet, darling deck. Very female centric, I guess you would say. Feminine presenting. It's there's a lot of animals in here as well, which I like. I like the illustration style. It's very fairy tale, whimsical. I like that the titles of the cards are not generally what I see. They're a little bit different, so it's a bit of variety and something that is not the usual. So I really like that, because sometimes they can get a little bit same. Some of the keywords are just very across the board overutilized, whereas this one was different. So I like that. I like the energy of it. I like the guidebook. I think it's very sweet. Besides the messages, they always include a quote too, which I really adore. It's just a very sweet, lovely deck that adds a little something different to my readings. So that is the Oracle of Light and Dreams, which I think also paired well with the other decks I've used. We've also got this one in here, which is the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. So the guidebook is black, white and pink, and it comes with a little card. These are the backs, which I think are beautiful. I edged mine. It's in that satin closer to matte cardstock. It is very thick cardstock. So yeah, I'm happy with it. Like, I think it is very pretty. Normally I don't really vibe with Rebecca Campbell's decks, but I've tried them all because I'm not normally a fan of like photo manipulation, but this one wasn't by Danielle Noel. And I like this one a bit more. I also love the theme. So I'm a sucker for yin, rose, feminine, goddess energy sort of thing, and this encompasses all of that. I love the themes of the cards. I think they're fantastic. The guidebook is excellent. I just knew straight away that this was going to be a deck for me. Oh, it always reminds me of my year. And I have thoroughly enjoyed working with it. And I have a lovely time every time I use it. I think it's lovely. And it was the Rebecca Campbell one for me. In the sort of Danielle style art, but not. It's Katie Louise. But yeah, I really liked this. I really like this deck, and once again, like I said, I think they all sort of go well with each other. I'll show you them all together at the end so you can see what it's like. In here, I've got, just get it out, the Heavenly Bodies Astrology. I love the book. I sort of got this for the book. I saw the book and I'm like, that is so nice. Even though I have already a few astrology decks, I wanted this one because of the book. I thought maybe it's got something different in there that I haven't read. I just like, was going through astrology phase as well and wanted to learn more. So it's got quite a lot of information, spreads, and then 2 pages per one. The cardstock is matte. I edged mine. I'm not a huge fan of the artwork for this one, personally. I think it's a little, sorry, there's cat hairs everywhere, a little dark. It doesn't fit the rest of the aesthetic. Oh no, they're upside down. To me, like it doesn't suit the backs. Well, that one does, but and it doesn't really suit the book. So it's a bit smudgy and dark. But I do like that they've also got some little keywords on the front. So if you didn't want to reference the guidebook, you've got like a little something there. I haven't used it much, so that's why I wanted to use it this week. And I just don't, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to keep it. I'll be honest with you, because I have 2 other astrology decks. So I'm going to use all the sort of astrology decks over the next few weeks. Because I think I've got 3, and I think 2 is probably plenty. This one though, it will be hard to get rid of this one because of the book. I just think it's so darling. But yeah, I'm going to go through them all and see which one I like the most and just keep that one. But this is not bad. It sort of went quite well with the other decks, but yeah, I'm not in love with it. I'm not in love with it. All right, and the last one that I use this week with my deck pairings and selections is in here. I'm going to read you about this one. I don't think this suits this deck whatsoever. So this is a Radiant Crystal cards. These came edged like that. They are a rose petal finish, so they sometimes do have trouble shuffling it. And on the back they have the information. They've got the chakra, vibrations, astrological signs, affirmations, energies, and a companion plant with keywords as well. So this is I love gemstones in general. I have another gemstone deck which I do like to use a lot, so I thought, let me get this one out. I tend not to use this one a lot because I have such a hard time shuffling it because it sticks together, but I really love the illustrations. I just think it is gorgeous. It is so pretty, and I do like the write-ups, but this is another case where I'm still uncertain. Oh, that's stunning. As in, is it really necessary for me in my practice when I already have something very similar? I'm not sure. I do like that it has quite a large selection of stones, and not all of them are ones that I was familiar with, so I've gotten to learn about different stones, which is very cool. But yeah, I do find it absolutely pretty. That's a chakra card. Move that out the way. Oh, this is more. So this didn't come what's the word, with a guidebook. Obviously it's only got the information on the cards. So that's like a downside for me. I just really do like guidebooks. I want more information. It's like the more information you can give me, the better. But yeah, I might have to keep working with it. But for now, it'll stay. But I might do like an in-depth working. So I'm putting all the decks that I'm not sure about after I've worked with them for a week aside, and then I'll probably do like in-depth. What are they? I think there's a word that people use for that. But yeah, I'll go like real heavy into it, and then I should be able to know by then how I feel. But like I said, I thought it paired well with the other cards this week, so I'm going to put them all together. I'm going to do a little spread and then read from the guidebook so you can see sort of how the messages go. So I'll put a picture up of the spread I'm doing. Becoming Your Best Self by Emerald Lotus Divination. And let's see, card number 1 will be the card to represent the best version of myself. Okay, so I'm going to use the what is it, Light and Dreams. Normally I'll pull a tarot for each question, and then I'll pull one oracle to sort of clarify it. Actually, you know what, I'm going to do this off screen to save time. So I thought I'd before I go into the card spread, sort of show you how these cards sort of look together. So I'll just take some cards off so you can see. That one clashes. That's not the greatest. The Alchemist up the top here, I think, is very similar in aesthetics to this Rose Oracle. So I think those two are quite lovely. But I just thought they all played very, very well together. And I was quite happy with how they communicated to each other and the messages I got. So like I said, I will do the reading next, so you can sort of see how they all read together as well. But yeah, it's sort of nice when you get deck pairings that work well. I probably won't do 5 decks next time, now that I've last time I did 4 decks, and I thought that was a really great number. And so it's 1 tarot deck and 3 oracles. I found 5 a bit, not cumbersome, but a bit overkill, like a little bit too much for me personally. So oh, that goes really lovely together. I'll just see if I can find one that sort of suits the other color aesthetic. But yeah, so I did enjoy these. I thought they were very sweet. I'll just put these up here so they're not so low. Get a little. But yeah, I had a lot of fun playing around, and I'll show you the spread next so you can see. Okay, so like I said, normally I would choose a tarot for each question, and then I would put a oracle from a different deck with each of those questions, but we're just going to do it differently. So a card to represent the best version of myself, and I got aviators. So look at that kitty. I love cats, man. That made me happy. Okay, be an inspiration, challenge, ingenuity, success, confidence. I imagined these 3 steampunk characters, can you spot the mouse, as celebrated aeronauts. Having just completed a record-breaking circumnavigation of the Earth, they now pose for the cover of World of Adventure magazine. Adoring fans will read of their exploits and how they use their skills and ingenuity to overcome the challenges of long-distance airship flight. Maybe it's ingenuity. By being an inspiration, we set an example that has the power to propel others to greater achievement. When we raise the bar of what is viewed as possible or extraordinary, we not only truly challenge ourselves to try harder and to lead a more creative and dynamic life, but also encourage others to reach their potential. This is the quote. The flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful of all. That's from the Emperor in the Mulan movie. So that is a card to represent the best version of myself. Next up is how can I shift to embody that energy? And I got I never know how to pronounce this. Mydeckpicks Jasper, nurturing, grounding awareness. So this is the root chakra, so I can work on my root chakra. The astrological signs are Scorpio and Virgo. The affirmation, I am whole, and draw in the energies of the grounded earth. So obviously grounding would help a lot. Mydeckpicks Jasper brings in peace and a sense of wholeness. It helps through difficult times and encourages acceptance of change. It shields against negative energy while eliminating blockages. It promotes new creative ideas. And the flower is the cone flower, Rudbeckia, and that's encouragement, motivation, and creative for the keywords for that. So that was for how I can shift to embody that energy. Next up, how can I take better care of myself? And for that one, I got the return. So I'll read that one out. So how can I take better care of myself? A new story, you decide alignment is coming together. You've waited patiently for this moment. You've likely been working on the inner for some time, and now the outer is beginning to come into alignment. As changing beings, we're in a never-ending growth cycle. This doesn't mean that we're constantly in bloom. No, this means that we're constantly changing. This card is like the bloom. However, it's more powerful than that. It heralds the coming and going of a whole new way of being. An entirely new story has been written. This card heralds a great shift in your life. This often takes time, sometimes even lifetimes. Acknowledge how far you've come and how much you've grown. You're a part of creating change, not only in your own life, but in the world. Take a moment to take it in. You're just one of many, but your being here matters. A petal in the rose of a new humanity, part of the forever unfolding. Things are aligning for you and around you. They're convening and coming together. You're in the right place at the right time. Your outer world matches your inner world. This card is delivering a message of harmony, coming together, and the embodiment of holding a clear vision for many years. You've been doing the groundwork to get to this moment right here, perhaps for months, years, or even lifetimes. Use this moment. You get to decide what happens next. And the rose transmission. I acknowledge how far I've come and how much I've grown. I decide what happens next. So the next question was something to let go of that no longer serves me. And I got 8th house, which I will read on the side, of course. Something to let go of that no longer serves me. 8th house. The keywords are transformation, karma, facing fears, and legacies. This is a place of danger, but also a place of freedom. Here lies the pain and fear you keep hidden and the deep connections that force them to surface. If looked at from the perspective of a lifespan, it's heartbreak or an intimacy-prompted transformation. More figuratively, it's anything that pushes you to face your fears, igniting the life-ending, life-giving cycle of death and rebirth. There is spirituality in this space as it reveals the karmic wounds you incarnated to heal in this lifetime. Pluto ruled in the natural home of Scorpio. This house holds your secrets and the things you deem taboo. Your experiences with intimacy and sexuality live here as expressions of this landscape. Being a karmic house, it also speaks to legacies and inheritance. There is a heavy predestined energy to this space as it holds the things you've been given for a reason. It's also linked to research and investigation, with so much to untangle, uncover, and transform. The keywords were karmic connections, secrets, legacies, sexuality, research. The experiences: facing fears, death and rebirth, transformation, profound change through intimacy, power and control. The omen: can you imagine life is happening for you, not to you? You've been given perfect challenges to highlight the snags of your soul and perfect gifts to support your healing. Can you let every experience of pain or pleasure work through you? Can you absorb every encounter and then let it go? This means loving with an open palm, being open to loss, trusting the universe will carry you to your next chapter. The physical happenings of your life exist to deliver the medicine you need, and sometimes the healing comes in letting go. Surrender and deepen your connection to the spiritual nature of life. And then for how can I be more authentically myself, I pulled Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. She's right at the end, of course. Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a logical thinker who is intelligent, independent, and strong-minded. This powerful queen cannot be manipulated or misled in any way, as they see through deception with perfect clarity. Strong in their convictions and wise in their decision-making, this queen lives and speaks their truth. They make great mentors for those who seek their counsel as they inspire others to step into their power. The Queen of Swords is fearless in pursuing their dreams and will not allow anyone to deter them off course. They have natural claircognizant, clairsentient, and clairvoyant abilities which enable them to know, feel, and see what lies beyond the confines of this 3D reality. This card brings forth the focus, creativity, and inspiration you need to navigate your way through life with clarity, precision, and direction. So that's an example of how they sort of work together, and I've had fun playing around with them. So yeah, I hope you're having a stupendous morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And as always, stay wild, Star Child. Got the cats a new cat tree. Oh, hello, darling.